What's up, gang? Welcome to In the Frame podcast. I'm your host, Peter Collins, joined by your co-host, Alberto Mendoza.
What's going on, man? We're
We're
finally
here,
here.
man.
We're
We're
finally here. You want to...
We got to pop a cold one.
Let's pop a cold one, man. Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Some good stuff.
All right, man. So, how did we get here, man?
Shit.
How are we finally here?
2 weeks? It took 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think so, man. It's mostly because of the equipment, you know?
No, yeah. You were having a little mini barbecue at your place and had a few drinks in me, and I'm like, dude, we should start a podcast. And you're like, bet. And I was like, all right, cool. And then literally the next day we started ordering pieces and doing our research and whatnot. And now we finally got our mics literally a couple hours ago. And it took us like 2 hours to figure out the programming, the recording system, and install like
here's the one thing. There's one thing doing your research, and then there's another hands-on with the equipment. So that was pretty crazy for me. And
it took 2 hours to set this up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But we're finally here, dude. Finally, we're fucking recording.
We are finally here recording, coming to you live from Oceanside, California.
Yeah, not San Diego. Oceanside, California.
Oceanside, the gateway to San Diego.
People like sleep on Oceanside, man. That bugs me.
They do. And you know, it's like Oceanside's a completely different thing from San Diego, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely its own vibe, its own culture. I don't know. I love it here, man. Like when people from like Carlsbad or Encinitas are like, oh, where are you from? When you meet people like, oh, I'm from Oceanside. Ooh, Oceanside. Like, yikes. Like they have this like negative connotation.
You know, it's funny that you say that because my fiance, I'm engaged recently, almost a year. Anyways, what she told me was, you know, I always drive by Oceanside and I see this little city, and it's like the first city I see from Camp Pendleton to San Diego, and it's like, who would want to live here? Like, you need to stop from the exit and go and check it out because you're missing on a whole lot that you haven't seen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's your stuck-up people that are like, no, Oceanside has a bad reputation. Nah, dude, right now it's like getting gentrified as fuck. But that's neither here or there, though.
Yeah. But anyways, we're getting a little off track, but
a little bit.
Let's see how do we come up with this? Why do we start this podcast? And you know, what's the reason? Why do we start this?
I want to do it for fun, honestly. Okay. We're both photographers. I'm specialized in videography. So we thought like, hey, let's talk about the industry. Let's talk about maybe a little bit of gear here and there.
Definitely.
We could dabble into like a little bit of pop culture, current events. I don't want to be specifically
on photography.
All photography, yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I'm involved with that every single day. So it's like just to like blow some steam, and I just figure like let's freaking record it. Why not?
I agree.
You're right there, man. A little bit too much cerveza.
Yeah, a little bit too much, but let's I definitely agree with you. It's definitely an outlet for us to get our opinion going on what
like
we
just
think.
To express yourself.
Yeah, no, it's like, I don't want to say venting because that's derogatory, but it's definitely a gateway to express how me and you feel about photography and what the scene's going on or what the scene is looking like recently, because it's definitely changed from when I started about 3-4 years ago.
Right. No, yeah, definitely. It's. I mean, thanks to Instagram, I guess you could say it's very, very saturated.
No, yeah, definitely saturated, and photographers and who considers themselves as a photographer, and
anyone with an iPhone 11 is a photographer at this point.
Exactly, and you know,
there's nothing wrong with getting into new things here and there, but we'll get into what I've.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into it, but let's backpedal a little bit and let's let the people know who we are.
You want to go start? Go for it.
I'll start. So my name is Peter Martinez. Peter Collins is actually my artist name.
Alias
name. Take it as you will. I also DJ. That's where Peter Collins came from. And I just every time I went out or went out and about, they would always call me Peter Collins. Oh, Peter Collins is here and there and there. That's how that got stuck. But my name is Peter Martinez, and I live in Oceanside with my fiance. And
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. It's about to be about a year.
What's a big day?
You know, with all this going on, I don't know, man.
You guys are pushing it back?
We'll see, man. We'll see. But as it stands, maybe next February.
Nice. That's what's up, man.
But
how'd you get into the photography game?
So how I got into photography, I went to Cal State Fullerton and I studied operation management. I was there for like 5-6 years. I went from civil engineering to accounting to operation management, which I ended up with. But ever since I was young, I've always like had this like artistic craving, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be an architect at first, but what drew me away from being an architect was that people kept saying like, oh, they don't make enough money. Like if you want to make money, you should go into engineering. So that's how I got into engineering.
Not just that, but like the amounts of school you have to do. It's not just like you get your BA, you got to get a master's and whatnot. It's another, you sink like 100,000 in there and then.
No, exactly. So like when I started with engineering, I was like, man, what am I doing? Like this isn't where I want to be. Like,
sure.
Like it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you go through your phases.
Sure. I mean, you're getting to know yourself.
At college is where you figure out who you are, what you want to do, what interests you. But photography just came as a hobby. And maybe like 4 years ago, I started it. Like I got my A6000. We'll get a little bit more into like
gear,
our equipment, gear, etc. But
I remember when you got your 6000.
Yeah, you were shooting with a Nikon.
Yeah.
Or was it Nikon?
Like a D3500 something like that. It was my mom's camera.
It was it was a DSLR or something like that.
Yeah, it was like definitely.
Definitely started way before like the whole.
Before it got trendy.
Trendy. Saturated.
You sound such a hipster.
Right? No, I do. I'm not trying to say I'm cooler than anybody, but
you're pretty much saying that right now.
And then I remember when my first ever when I kind of knew I had some sort of like
you had an eye.
I had an eye, not editing because anybody can edit. Was when I got featured, but
how about that?
We'll get into that too.
Go ahead.
Trends of editing, but what let me know that I had an eye was when I got featured by Visit Oceanside.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't at the time Visit Oceanside was like a brand new Instagram
page. Yeah. And it was like the only Oceanside page at the time. Now there's like 6 of them, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and I saw them and I was like, whoa, like I saw their pics and I was like, damn, like mine's pretty good.
Yeah.
And from then on I was like, that just motivated me to buy a new lens, do all this other stuff, but essentially that's what got the snowball
going for you.
Yeah, the snowball effect.
Nice.
And but yeah, what about you? What got you into photography,
man,
or videography?
Yeah, I like to consider myself as a videographer than a photographer. I feel like, I mean, no offense to all the photographers or any photographers listening, but anyone could do photography, in my opinion. But not everyone could do a video, and if they do video, not anyone can make a dope video. So
I definitely feel you on that. It's like more time consuming. And I've told you this. I've told you like
you've done it before.
I've done it once.
And you like text me like, dude, I don't know how you have the patience for this.
Dude, literally it took me like 20 times the amount or even not, if not more.
Yeah.
To edit a video and be complacent enough to like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a learning curve. Like it's very, very time consuming. So how I started, I remember, I think I saw, and I remember now. So I saw a GoPro commercial, my brother and I, and we were freaking in awe. Like, dude, my brother's like, dude, let's split on a GoPro. We're like freaking, I was like 19, he's probably like 17. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. We're very young. And so the next day I remember my brother got the camera himself. He got like the GoPro Hero 3 White. bro, this is like throwback. And so I remember using it more than him. So I would use it like when we go skimboarding, bodyboarding, surfing, freaking snowboarding. And I remember checking the footage and I was like, dude, this is the most amazing thing ever. Like this perspective, like I had like the DIY broom pole and I somehow mounted it to the GoPro instead of buying a $50 GoPro selfie stick, I guess, if you want to call it. And dude, I was just amazed and I was freaking super hooked on it. And then I was always into YouTube. And then I started looking up like how to do this and this and this. And so that's where like my YouTube University career happened.
Wait, I want to backpedal a little bit. So I feel like a lot of people don't know that your dad was a photographer.
True. Yeah, definitely. He was a photographer when I was a kid. I remember he had set up his own. That's crazy. You remember that?
Of course, dude. You got put in the podcast.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. My memory's pretty trash. But yeah, I remember he had his own little mini studio at our apartment, and he had his own little carpet backdrop. And my brother and I would take photos of us pretty much, and we still have those photos till now. I don't want to say I got it from him, but
yeah,
I mean that might have sparked into my brain, and then years later it clicked or something.
Yeah.
I mean I did see it as a kid. I remember seeing it. I remember being in the dark room, but I don't remember ever be like, oh, I want to be like my dad. Yeah. And then there's always that negative stigma, like what's the like the saying, like a broke artist or like a poor artist is always like a starving artist.
Yeah.
So my dad and my mom like split up. They got divorced and everything and whatnot. And I remember she'd say like, yeah, he would make solid money because he would do wedding videos as well and like quinceañeras and all that stuff.
Right.
And so he said like when he worked, he'd make bank, but when he didn't, like it'd be dry.
Yeah.
And so she was like, it's not sustainable. It's not secure.
Right.
So, I mean, that's one of many reasons why it didn't work out for them. And so I remember not thinking like, oh, I want to be an artist because they don't make no money. So that's, yeah. It's crazy you remember that though.
No, yeah, that definitely. Definitely. Since our listeners are listening to the podcast, I want them to get a little background.
Yeah.
About us and stuff. What else? Let's see.
Yeah. So after that, back to the GoPro days. I remember you sent me a video. I think it was a Fun for Louis video, and he did one of those like selfie videos where he like he did a 360 turn, and he would just like edit it into like he was in a different country, like from the desert to the snow to like in a hot air balloon to like
I think it was his ear collab thing or something.
It was like some kind of like yearly collage thing, and I'm like, dude, this is amazing. And so I started binging his channel. Does he still make videos?
Yeah. So if you guys are if you guys have a laptop or whatever, you can look up Fun for Louis, and he was like the originator of vlogs. The vlogger. Yeah. Like he's the one.
He's the vlogging godfather.
Yeah. Him and CTFXE. If you guys. CTFXE. They were like the first I ever like watched that vlog, but I didn't really watch them to like about photography or anything. I just watched them because I was bored. But anyways, Fun for Louis. He definitely was like the first like Instagrammer who like traveled.
Not even Instagrammer. It was YouTuber before Instagram.
He was like the first travel photographer. I
definitely.
Think.
Yeah.
Kind of like. Not National Geographic, but like
like influencer
style.
Yeah.
But
like a one man band. So I saw it, and I was binging his channel, dude. For like, I was like, dude, what the hell? So I when you go on YouTube, you go in a big wormhole. You just go in a deep dive.
Yeah.
Like you could be in a deep dive for like 5 hours straight, and then I found this Jay Alvarez video, and it was like one of his first ever videos. I didn't know who he was at the time. I mean, now I know who he is, but dude, that video was so insane, and I was like. He's doing like backflips, jumping off freaking. This is when the backflip traveler thing was like starting.
Okay.
It's not like everyday people like with tight jeans, ripped jeans. They do backflips nowadays because that's what you have to do. Pretty corny, but whatever. But he was like the godfather of like making dope videos, I think. And so I remember thinking, I was watching his videos and I'm like, dude, how does he make his GoPro video like that? And I remember thinking, because I don't know if you guys are not familiar with the GoPro, it has that signature fisheye look,
right?
So it's quite distorted, and so I'm thinking like, dude, the quality does not produce. I'm like, dude, how does he do this? And I couldn't figure out for a long time. And then I ended up finding out it was a DSLR camera and all that stuff and lenses. And when I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like, all right. So that's when I started thinking, I'm like, all right, I need to invest in like dope gear because I want to create dope stuff like that. And then I found Casey Neistat, who is like the god of vlog, even till now.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but he's like, I take that back about Fun for Louis. Casey Neistat had a show on HBO, and like,
yeah, he did.
He called it some like vlog thing. And
it was him and his brother.
Yeah, and he was like probably I've seen this '70s guy who did vlogging, but he was like the most exposed that I feel early on HBO. He had his own show. It was like vlog style, like camera facing him and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. So this is like when he just started vlogging every single day. I don't know if you remember, he did it for like, I want to say almost 2.5 years straight, like every Monday through Sunday, like new video.
Yeah.
And so he was like super motivational. Like he'd have like his videos of him just talking about like how to do it and kind of stuff like that. I'm like, bro, like this is nuts. Like, and then I remember I had a trip coming up with I do a lot of family trips. We went to the Dominican Republic, and that's when I created my first quote unquote travel film. This like it's in my YouTube channel still. Like,
oh, is it? Well, why don't you plug in your YouTube channel?
It's just under Alberto Mendoza. If you type in Alberto Mendoza, it'll be the first one that'll pop up. Damn. And so I created it out of my GoPro Hero 3 Plus because I remember I had upgraded because I didn't want to use my brother's camera anymore. I wanted to use mine. Dude, it's so cheese, man, but it's so cool to see like how I used to shoot back then. It was like pretty much auto mode. I'm pretty sure it was on auto mode when I shot back then. But I'd use the freaking the Fast and Furious song, that famous Danza Kuduro, I think that's what it's called.
I don't know
if you guys can hear the train from here.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was just funny seeing that. So I freaking shoot anything, like me and my brother taking shots in the pool, in the beach, like whatever. So I made that and I was freaking hooked. Like I was using a beat ass laptop, using my first editing software, which was GoPro Studios. I don't even know if they still exist or not.
I remember that.
I remember it kept crashing on me. It was so annoying. I couldn't figure out why it was crashing on me, but yeah, I did that. And then, yeah, man, I got hooked and I started creating travel films since then.
That's good, man. That's good. No, I definitely remember those, but it's definitely crazy how me and you have completely different like
taste. Well,
it's not taste, but like upbringings in photography.
Oh, sure.
And
you good, fam?
Yeah, I'm good.
You look a little nervous. This is our first ever podcast, so if we screw up, we're trying to figure this out as we speak right now. We're doing like one take right now, so you could probably tell, but give us like a few weeks. We'll figure out a system and then we'll get the ball rolling.
Exactly. Let's go on to the next topic we have for our first podcast, which is how do you what gets your creative juices flowing? Where do you get inspiration from?
All right.
That sets you apart or
Sure. I used to watch YouTube videos, like dope YouTube videos, like the Sam Colders, the Matt Comos, even Casey Neistat, and that would freaking motivate the crap out of me. Okay. And I was pretty much ripping them off and try to copy them pretty much. This is like my rookie days.
And this is for your videos.
Yeah, for the video aspect. But then now in 2020, even in 2019, I started practicing this, I guess, new method where I try not to watch people's stuff on purpose so I don't get influenced and copy them without even trying to, subconsciously.
Right.
So I purposely, like some of my buddies that are in the industry that do video as well, they'll send me videos like, dude, check this out, super crazy. Like, I'm like, dope. And I just never click it because I don't want to watch it because I don't want to get influenced when I'm in the middle of creating a project, as I am right now.
Yeah.
So what I usually do is I drive around the city, drive around the Strand, and I just freaking play music, dude. And then the ideas freaking rip. Like,
yeah,
it's one of the dopest feelings ever, man. So you're just driving and then you hear a song. I'm like, dude, this song makes sense for these video clips. Yeah. And then I'll just my notes app, dude, on the iPhone, iOS, whatever. It's like the best freaking. It's like my best friend. So I literally write notes off the rip real quick, like blah blah. Do this with this song, do this with this song, and blah 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 blah. So I don't forget.
Okay.
Because I've done my cruises with my music, and I have ideas for. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna remember, and then I get home and I totally forget like what I was thinking, and then it sucks. Like it's like, damn it, what was I thinking back then? Like they could have been a dope idea, but now it's gone. So I started documenting it so I don't forget.
That's good. That's good. No, I think for me, well, photography based. I think since video isn't as saturated as photography, right? Because not a lot of people have patience to do video. But
and if they do, it's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not. You can definitely tell who
takes the time.
Yeah, exactly. But for photography, it's like I feel everyone like a new look comes out every other month.
Sure.
For the first, like when I first started, I feel like saturation was a big, new trend. You know, saturated look.
It still kind of is, man.
It still kind of is. And
people that are not in the creative space and they just enjoy just watching it.
Yeah,
they just
definitely
love colors that pop.
I agree. And
so people just crank that saturation, crank that vibrance.
Yeah,
and it's still happening in 2020. I see it every day, dude.
That's very true. And we might as well get into it.
Sure.
I feel like I ran away from that just because I felt like that was the easy way out, where you could pop colors, you can vibrancy, saturation, sharpness, contrast, lift those up all the way and make everything pop. So I kind of like grew out of that from early, and I'm kind of happy that I did, because editing shouldn't be just about popping colors. You should add drama to it, you should add depth to it, and I feel like a lot of photographers nowadays, they forget that.
Or they just don't evolve. Yeah,
they don't evolve. They just they're satisfied with people liking their image.
Well, let's be real, man. People love likes.
Yeah.
Like I would be lying to you if I said I don't enjoy having likes or views, or when my videos hit 1,000 views, I'm not freaking psyched. Like so I'd be lying to you if I said like it doesn't feel good to have likes or views. But I've trained my mind to like stop giving a fuck about that, and I'm trying to evolve as a creator. But I mean, a lot of people, as you see, they just don't evolve. They stay the same because they want to feed what their viewers want to see. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not like dissing anybody, but there's nothing wrong with giving what your viewers want, your followers want. Me personally, like if I want to grow fast as fuck, I'll just do sunset pictures all day. Like I'll do it all day, but it's fucking boring to me. Like
it is. It puts. Let me say a little bit. Let me
talk your shit, bro.
It's not shit. My shit. It's not shit. It's not shit. It's just like the way Instagram. I'm only saying Instagram because it's like the gateway to photography nowadays.
Definitely,
that's where people see their photography. It kind of puts the saturation look like just. Like do saturation if you want likes, or if you want to grow your following, like you were saying.
Oh man, you're gonna fucking grow.
Yeah, you're gonna definitely. I've seen it. I'm not like you said. I'm not shitting on anybody who does saturation. I went through my purple phase, and I feel like
purple rain.
Purple rain. I feel like I started that, but definitely people who stick with that or just oversaturate their pics, I feel like they're doing a dishonor to their creativity.
I don't know about that.
I feel like you can definitely do much more if you strayed away from that. I mean, it can be your style. If that is you, then
you as a creator, if you're creating saturated photos or whatever.
Okay, let's set this apart. What separates your artistry from a creator to a wanting to follow the trend? How do you separate that?
I feel like I don't follow the trend, honestly. Yeah, if I was following the train, I'd do freaking zoom transitions in my video. I'd crank the shit out of my saturation, vibrance.
Yeah.
I would create the most cliche. I would wear ripped jeans.
Right.
I would do a fucking backflip, even though I don't know how to do a backflip. I would have my. I didn't go to college, so I quit college.
$500,000 a
and
year.
I quit my job that made $500,000 a year just to live life and go to Bali. Like, no, I would do that if I wanted to follow the trend. I feel like I don't do that though.
Yeah, I feel like what I'm trying to get at is originality and each creator's own what's it called? Taste or
Sure.
is like being saturated by saturation.
Being saturated by saturation. That was a bar.
That was a bar, huh? Because if you think about it, like, I feel like if your photography edits and style have to change over time.
Yeah, you're evolving.
Yeah, you're evolving,
which is
right?
completely normal. But I'm saying that there's nothing wrong with being stuck in the same. If you're satisfied with where you're at and you just want to keep producing that, you want to keep producing those little bangers for yourself and for your audience, there's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I want to grow. Like, I don't want my last video to look like the video that I did. I don't want my current video to look like my last video, pretty much.
Exactly.
Like, I always want to change it up. I always want to push the boundary and do new things. Or right now, like, I feel like I like to keep things simple. Like, I'm a simple person. Like, I always feel like less is more. So I try to avoid the zoom transitions. I try to avoid the luma fades and all that good stuff. Like, I keep it simple, man. I like the simple cinematic look. Oh my God, there's a cinematic term. Super douchey of me, but I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, no,
I like the simplicity and stuff like that. I don't. It's cool to see like those super duper dope transitions, but at the same time, like, I feel like I've just seen it so many times that I just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like, but if you're a random Joe that doesn't give a shit about video or photos, and you see that for the first time, you're gonna be wowed.
Yeah,
it's gonna. That was me like 4 years ago. Like, I was fucking wowed. I'm like, dude, this is super sick. But I've seen it so many times, and I've seen so many tutorials how to do it and whatnot. Like, I've numb to it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's you put in better words than me, but that's what I'm trying to talk about or trying to say about saturation. Like, I've seen it so much over my photography career that maybe it's just me being biased. Like, it's like how the fuck are people still doing saturation like after all these years? Like, and it's like whatever. But
well, you and I have a trained eye for things, and I'm sure I know a few of my friends that will freaking agree. But there are people that have never seen this crap. I wouldn't say crap, but they've never seen this, and they're like, "Wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life! Like, this is so dope."
Exactly.
And, like, those little comments and likes that, like, it goes into your brain. It feeds your ego. Like, dude, you need to create more of this. Like,
I definitely feel a lot of photographers out there on Instagram specifically are in it for the likes and not for the
love of the game.
Yeah, the love of the game, which is getting likes. Because it's hard to believe that you can't evolve, you know? Like, it's,
sure.
I feel like I evolved, and if you look at my pictures from my my feed at Peter Coilins, Coilns, it definitely evolved, man. It's like super saturated to like super like
neutral,
I feel clean, neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel like right now I'm at a point where I want to add depth into my photos instead of color or saturation or whatever. The big Instagram people are definitely getting more likes than me, but I don't, likes. I don't care about likes. I've told you this.
Right. You definitely have, for sure.
I went through a phase where I had a big following.
You were fucking popping for a minute.
I was popping.
Like, dude, visit Oceanside would fucking post you every fucking 3 days. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, are you like friends with the guy or the admin or what?
Yeah, no, you would tell me that. But I went through this phase where my ex, she was just crazy, man. all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I haven't spoken to her in 4 years. And
Wait, where the fuck did your ex come from?
I'm getting to the point of where I lost
Yo,
all my following.
You are bugging right now.
So,
all right, go ahead.
So, I was on a good run. I was growing. I was.
You're popping.
I was popping. And all of a sudden, man, like this ex just comes into like my life and like ruins everything. And I get so paranoid that I just like I started deleting everybody, blocking people. Like if I hadn't spoken to you within the last month, I would delete you. Or
yeah, you did. You did go through a heavy purge.
I was a heavy purge, and I was just super paranoid. And I feel like that took a dent on my uprising in Instagram, because I was like 600 followers. Now I'm at like I don't even know, like 200 or something. But definitely took a hit on my following. Anyways,
yeah, it's fucking. You threw me off with your ex.
No, because I just want to explain the whole story about like what happened. Like who the fuck, like Peter Collins? What the fuck?
Yeah, we were talking about what makes you stick out from from the crowd or the herd or whatever.
Yeah, and there's definitely heads out there that.
I feel like there's a lot of creators out there that are not getting the love they properly deserve.
Definitely.
Like, for example, my boy, shout out to Rafe the vegan. Nothing wrong with being vegan or nothing. This guy's a fucking animal. Like, he's a killer with video. He's a killer with photos. And this guy fucking barely has like 1,000 or fucking 1,500 or some shit like that. He should be having at least 10K. He's like one of many examples of creators that I know that should have a larger following, but for some reason it just doesn't work for them. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
So this is a perfect transition to, let's see how much time we got. Where are we at?
No, we're good. We're good. We're at 35.
Okay. So let's this is the first episode. Let's make it exciting and controversial. Do we think people buy likes and followers?
Facts.
That's
a fact.
Isn't that a fact?
That's a fucking fact. What do you mean? You could tell.
You can definitely
I know a few people that I've actually worked with. Other creators that I've worked with. Fucking buy. And it's so obvious. It's like, bro, like you're. Bro,
tell me the criteria of like how you know and how you can identify.
Okay.
Like
I got
interaction or whatever the fuck you look at.
I got you. Say I go on Instagram and I find a page. It has 15,000 followers. Bet. Let me check their feed. Their default looks pretty dope. I check their feed. Go to their latest post. It has 150 likes. So I said what? 15,000? I already forgot. Let's say 15,000 followers.
15,000.
You have 150 likes and you have like 2 comments. Come on, bruh.
Suspicious.
Sus. Come on, dude. Like,
remember, guys, this podcast is us.
We're gonna get our shit off, man.
Yeah, we're just venting. We're just venting.
I'm not venting. I'm just fucking.
We're not venting.
Well, I'm just.
We're just enjoying this. Like, this is like for fun,
bro. This is fun for me.
This
like
fun.
This. I've been wanting to do a podcast for so long. I just didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know if I want to do it by myself. I didn't know if I want to do it with my girlfriend Kristen. I didn't know if I want to do it with a friend, but I need to find a friend that would be willing to do it consistently, which I want to do weekly podcasts.
Right. We're going to do these weeklies.
Yeah.
And definitely stay tuned. Like, this may be choppy or whatever you all think.
It's going to be a little cringe right now because it's so fucking, it's our first ever episode. Like I said, we just opened up these mics like 2 hours ago.
I know it is. I can smell. You saw that? But definitely, we'll definitely.
Wait, go back to what we were saying though.
What were we saying?
We're talking about when you can tell when someone's buying it.
Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna throw any names. Should I throw any names?
No, let's not be those guys. Like, let's not be corny.
Let me throw one name.
Let's not be corny.
I'm just kidding. Nah, we're not gonna throw no names.
That's corny.
You know who you are.
They definitely know.
But you definitely see that. For example, let me throw one that I've noticed. You see this person with like 150,000 followers, right?
Sure.
You go on their live, 12 people on their fucking live, bro.
Yikes.
What's wrong with that? Suspicious or not? Bro, come on.
Hey, I will.
Hold on. Let me say some more.
Talk your shit, bro.
So, not only are you by yourself, but you're with another person.
Oh, they're doing when you
the duel or whatever.
What do you call it when you bring someone in on your live?
Yeah, you request someone in and you have tops. I don't know, 17 or something like.
Yeah,
what's wrong with that picture,
you're peaking
bro?
at 17 and you have 150,000.
I don't know, man.
I've seen people that have like 500 followers and they have like 30 people in their live.
Yeah.
I've never done live. I don't see the need to do live. I mean, I would like to do it, but I need to find a good reason to do it. I'm not just gonna hop on it just to hop on it.
No, I've done live for like DJing.
Oh yeah.
Peaked at like 13 with like 200 followers. I mean, do the math, bro.
Yeah.
Women lie, men lie, numbers don't, bro.
All right, relax, 6ix9ine. But oh man, I feel like I had a good point right now, but I totally
about bots. Hashtag bots.
I mean, the bots, man. Instagram needs to chill with the bots, though.
No, I've seen. I mean, I definitely think people buy likes
or followers.
or followers.
No, this is what I was gonna say. I guess do I respect them? No, but I'll tell you what. If they're doing it correctly, they're probably getting their bread though. Because I mean, but I feel like brands know when someone is capping.
Do they really know? I don't.
Fam,
I don't really
I'm
think
sure
know.
they take their follower and engagement ratio, and that says a lot. Like people like value comments and stuff like that. And if you have 150,000 followers and you have like 4 comments, come on,
bro. Like,
if I'm a brand, I am not reaching out to you.
Yeah, no,
but that's just me.
No, yeah, but see, like, bro, like, I don't get how shitty pictures. I'm sorry, I'm throwing it there. These people's pictures are so weird, bro. Like they're just like weird.
You sound like a hater.
I sound like a hater, right?
You sound like a mad hater right now.
Hey man, I'm talking my shit. This is my podcast. Fuck you.
And you're like
our podcast.
5 beers in right now.
I'm not in 5 beers. This is my first beer. I just feel like the quality of the photo is not there. Like what the fuck? Like,
well, it's hard to see quality on Instagram because they compress the shit out of your image.
Well, that's true, but it's just if you see a picture that looks, you put an orange filter on it. How are companies like seeing
Bro, companies don't give a fuck about the content to an extent.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they care about your engagement.
Exactly.
If you could bring eyes to their product, that's all they care for.
So
if you could take a picture of a dog taking a shit and it hits 100,000 likes and it hits 500 comments, like companies will be like, "Yo,
yeah,
put this product in your feed."
So this is my second theory.
Sure.
What if people invest in fake followers and fake engagement so they can maybe they spend like what $150?
I don't even know what freaking followers.
I don't know, but
cost.
Like, I've seen like a documentary on it one time. What if they buy followers and likes
for the bag?
For that one post?
It's a long-term game.
No. I'm saying for that one post, they buy engagement for $150, right? Let's say Toyota, for example. I've seen Toyota
do
sponsorships.
Sure.
Like, hey, like blah 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 per like per comment, whatever. The person invests $150, right? Toyota gives them $1,500 check. Wouldn't you invest $150 to make 1,500 minus 150? Like,
it's not a bad
investment.
It's
right?
not. It's not.
So where the fuck do those people go? Like ethically wise, like.
Well, it depends.
How does that fuck me? Like, for example, for me, it's hard for me to get gigs when those people doing these orange, super saturated pictures are getting paid fat bank from Toyota and corporations, that don't know what's going on. And from the average Joe like me, like...
Fam, you sound really mad right now.
I am mad, bro. This is why we made this fucking podcast.
True. No, I totally get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from, man. That's it just depends on your.
This is what I
guess you want to say your morals, if you want to call it. Like,
yeah, where the fuck? Like, this is the whole reason.
I want to keep it as organic as possible. And I've seen people who grow organically, and it's fucking nuts. Like, fam. I mean, I see what they're doing. I see their strategy. And I totally wouldn't do it myself because I can't post the same kind of image every single day because this is not me. Like I do it for me, not for no one else. Like
there's definitely those people who post And guys, remember, we're only sticking on Instagram because
that's where photographers are at.
Yeah, that's where photographers are at.
Photographers are not showing their photos anywhere else besides.
Yeah. If you can name another one, email us or
comment down below. Oh, fuck, we're gonna be on YouTube, bro. I keep forgetting that.
Comment down, subscribe, hit the.
All right, bro. Come on, stop.
Anyways,
we're not that corny. Maybe you are.
What were we saying?
We're talking about like people that invest in engagement for an ad.
No. We were saying something else.
Oh, keep producing the same kind of image.
Oh, right. No, we weren't saying about that.
Yeah, I was saying like I've seen people grow organically, which is fucking dope. It's super dope.
Oh, right. So, going back to where like let's say you're into like a certain theme, like you take pictures of your furniture or like like I don't know what's a reoccurring theme that like people do,
like ads wise.
Yeah. Like try to get like if they're home, right? So like if they take pictures of the living room,
if it's ads, like it's usually a product of whatever they're sending them.
Okay, but most yeah. So
like if someone gives them like, I don't know, maybe a fucking couch. Let's say a couch.
Yeah. So like there will be people out there that will post like random ass day, like a picture of their fucking living room, and tag a bunch of shit, and then
throw in the Hail Marys.
Yeah, throw in Hail Marys, and then they'll be like, enjoying my comfortable couch by blah blah blah.
Hashtag ad.
I'm like, what?
You sound mad.
I'm mad because these people are fucking taking pictures of couches in the living rooms, and
that's what they're supposed to do.
I'm mad because that ruins the photography game for everybody else.
The integrity of the photography game. I see what you're saying. Like you're too. Maybe you're.
Dude, I'm
you're
too
an artsy
artistic,
guy.
bro.
You're too artsy.
I'm too artistic, bro.
Calm down, Kendrick Lamar. Like you're fucking artsy.
You know you're in the right podcast if you're listening right now because bag goes before arts, man. Like
no, don't you mean art before the bag?
Art before the bag.
are you
what? I'm gonna cut this shit off.
No, we're not.
Bruh.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious, man.
So we're getting loose, man.
Hey, dude, I mean, if it gets you money, gets the bills paid, fuck it. I mean, that's you.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
Me personally,
some people,
I'm not gonna sell myself short.
So let's segue into another topic. People who want the bag other than who care about the artistic or photography. There's people out there who will undersell themselves just to get the fucking gig. I've had people. The battle. Oh, fuck. I forgot the freaking phrase. What, the battle of the gig?
No, the battle of like the lowballing gig, pretty
much.
Dude,
that.
Like,
oh my.
Yeah. I'm in like Facebook groups where.
You put me in one.
Let's
not throw any shout outs because I don't want to give them any fucking shout outs. Fuck that.
No free ads.
You guys
don't even know what we're drinking.
Yeah, we don't even know what we're drinking. The fuck? Anyways.
Shit is cold and it's nice.
Shout out to hey, if you make these and you want to give us a sponsorship
on our first episode.
On our first freaking episode.
No, but I see what you're saying. Like, dude, I've been groups where like I'm not gonna mention the groups, but like
no names.
I see people like, hey, I'm looking for a photographer. I'm coming from Dallas, going to San Diego, looking for a photographer. Can anyone shoot dope photos for me? Right. And drop your prices. Yeah. And then people comment, I'll do it for $300. And the next person, I'll do it for $250. And the next person, I'll do it for $100. And the next person, I'll do it for $20, and it includes video as well.
Yeah,
like,
it's stupid insane, bro.
It's like, bro, cringe. I'm like, dude, you guys are gonna stay in the bottom of the barrel for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it's just
dude, where
the market, bro,
like, where's your spine?
Yeah, the market just gets screwed up by these people, and like,
I've said it for a long time, man. Like these people, like these fake photographers or fake videographers that just got into it for the first time. Yeah, I've said it for a very long time that like they're ruining it for everyone else. The people that are taking it very, very serious and actually make a living off of it, like they ruin it for everyone else.
No, they just ruin the market, just like oversaturating with low prices.
Yeah,
and they're just lowballing each other, and people, and this is the thing.
It's
that
the battle of the low balls.
Yeah, it's the battle of the lowballs
And cornballs.
exactly. But people who accept these lowball offers may get a picture and be like, damn, like what the fuck, like this is a horrible fucking picture. But
Yeah,
I guess I paid $50.
You do pay what you
do.
Yeah, you. What is it, dude?
You pay what you get.
I can't
for
even think right now, man. I'm like
We're so
4
tired.
in right now.
We took.
I'm not tired.
I'm not tired, bro.
I'm a little saucy if anything.
But what we're trying to say is, you get what you pay for.
Definitely.
If you're paying for a $50 1 hour photo shoot,
Expect the $50 image.
I'm just gonna slap a preset that I bought from a famous photographer, and I'm
From
just gonna
Instagram.
call it a day. The difference between me, who charges like a lot more than that per hour, and way less images, is that I'm gonna take my time and edit each picture and make it just right.
And it's a guaranteed satisfaction.
Yeah, satisfaction, man. You get what you paid for. Like you're gonna go out and photo shoot, and we're gonna edit and whatever. I'm not gonna lie. I've taken like an hour to 45 to an hour on one picture of a person.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying you get what you paid for.
Definitely.
That $50 an hour plus
Gonna slap a
50
preset,
fucking 50.
export it in low res,
Yep.
and then send it to you
Yep.
through text message instead of through like a drive or something. And then that's it.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
They just slap a preset. They put a preset on every single picture, and they just give it to you. And
It ruins the market for the ones who really, really take this seriously.
Yeah.
And then trust me, there's nothing wrong when you're starting off you're going to need a portfolio,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So when potential clients are prospecting, like they're looking for a photographer, like you need a portfolio to back up your work.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with
doing a free shoot here and there, as
Yeah.
long as you could leverage that in the future to like up in your price. I'm like, yo, for this price, I could create images like this person and this person. Like,
there's a boundary between giving 2 free shoots to like evolving from free shoots to like $50 or $50 shoots in a year, because then that just ruins the whole fucking market. And then it also depends on the person who, well, I'm just gonna slap a preset after I get a little bit better. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You gotta fucking, each picture should take you like,
you got to be a student of the game.
each picture realistically, if you know how to edit and use Lightroom, which I use Lightroom, I'm sure you do, though you do.
I do.
It should definitely minimum, like even if you're a pro, like 25 minutes, man. Like 25 minutes, if you're a fucking like god, like boom, 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 like damn.
Yeah.
25 minutes each picture. But people don't get that when you charge a certain amount, you got to take into consideration that you're editing each fucking picture.
Sure.
And that's like taking you 45, 30 an hour, and then divide that by what you're paying. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. It's not easy work, man. Like, people may think like, oh, you're just going out there and you just press a shutter. You press a button. They don't even know what a shutter is. You press a button and that's it. Like, I just educated someone today. Like, literally right before we did this podcast, someone asked me like, hey, how do I edit photos like the way you do? Yeah. And I literally gave her a breakdown. Like, I gave her the time, and I went in a deep dive like on Instagram DMs. Like, I didn't even have to do that, but I don't know. I just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Just kind of like educate her. I'm like, dude, this is the process. I pretty much wrote a book to her right now. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And she's like, wow, like I didn't know it was such a process and so time consuming. Like, yeah, that's why photographers, like real photographers, that's why they charge what they charge, because it is a fucking process. It's not like you take a photo, I freaking airdrop it to my phone, and then I airdrop it to you, and maybe do a little contrast and bump saturation and vibrance, and that's it.
Yeah. No, definitely there are levels to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there are like that. Yes.
There are.
Yeah, dude. I wake up every morning to DM inquiries about, hey, let's shoot. Like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, bet, let's do it. Like,
how many? What's the ratio to like?
Okay,
somebody like, hey, let's shoot, and then you tell them their prices, and like, I'll just go with someone that's cheaper.
Yeah, right. They don't even respond.
They leave you on red.
They leave you on scene. Yeah, they leave you on red. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, they leave me on scene a lot. So I'd say the ratio, I would say probably 1 out of 10 inquiries is a legit transaction.
Wow.
And I end up shooting it. So
damn.
a 10%. I mean, yeah. I mean, I could say yes to everyone and get scraps and pennies.
Yeah.
But I choose not to because I know what I'm worth, man. I know I'm fucking dope. I know what I could produce for them. I know what my video could like eventually they could get them X amount of dollars in the future or whatever for their whatever promotional video they want to do or music video, whatever. I just know what I'm worth, man. Like I know I will not take a gig at an X amount of dollars.
And you know that's something that a lot of people don't have, which in return makes this horrible market where people are lowballing each other.
Yeah,
because they just want cash. Like they want satisfaction right away.
And it's one of the many. Well, it's pretty much the main reason why I don't take photography gigs. I choose not to take photography gigs up until recently. Like I have like a couple of clients that keep coming back to me and they ask, "Hey, do you do photo gigs as well?" I'm like, yeah, I do photo gigs. I mean, I could do it. I don't do it, but I could do it. Like I know how to fucking take photos. I know how to edit and whatnot.
Right.
And I'm not gonna say no. I mean, we have this really good relationship. Why am I gonna say no and give them someone else? And then maybe I don't know. That photographer is like, yo, I'll do a video for you less than that. Then he's charging you. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But this is one of the reasons why I don't take photography gigs because people that want photography gigs are usually low
cheap.
Budget.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the word cheap, but
well, they're cheap, bro.
Yeah.
It's our podcast. Fuck it.
Yeah. It's usually it's definitely a lower budget compared to video. When it's a video, you're dropping for sure a few $100.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not taking a gig no minimum than X amount of dollars. I'm not going to say my prices out here, but
and like I said,
because each project, I mean, is different.
Right. And going back to like why I fell off. I mean, it's just like everybody's lowballing each other. And when you tell, I've had people like message me, friends of friends.
Sure.
So they know who I am and they've seen my stuff. They follow me and they ask for my prices and they're like, hey, how much for a family portrait? I don't know, just at the beach or something. And I tell them my prices for half an hour, an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Leave me on scene. And I tell my friend's friend, I'm like, yo, what's up with blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. They hit you up? I'm like, yeah. Okay, fine. That's where it ends. It's just like photography has become so saturated where the need is like, you want to fucking get a photo shoot?
It's
engagement
so
photo
easy.
Shoot?
Just send a
go
DM.
to somebody that just look up engagement. Just put.
You're pretty much price shopping at this point.
Yeah, just go price shopping. And if you think their photos,
there's gonna be someone that's gonna be like, bro, I'll do it for you for $10.
Bro, there are people who will do it for $20. Or I'm tired of seeing those people who run these promotions. Special.
You
had
a special for 2 years straight, bro.
Exactly. They've had a year-long special, bro. And
promoción.
And this is like, bro, like what the heck?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like it just ruins. It just puts. It just. I'm sound
like I'm shitting on you, but this is why I don't do photography because I don't give a.
Not shitting, bro. You're not.
I much rather do freaking video because I know it's gonna. It weeds out the fat for me.
Yeah, no.
Because not everyone could afford a videographer.
No,
but everyone could definitely afford a photographer.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a bar.
Bars, bro. Where are we going at after you shit on photography?
I did not shit on photography. I just choose not to do photography because it's the battle of the lowballs. And trust me, there is a battle of the lowballs when it comes to video. Like I had a bride, but she just got married recently. She wanted my videography services, and I said, "Cool, I could do it for you." I sent her my prices. I said, "These are my rates," and it was long story short, it was pretty much too expensive for her. It's like, wow, you're pretty expensive. This person could do it for such and such. So I'm like, cool. You should go with that person if he could do it for you. Like you should, bro. I will encourage that person to go with that other videographer or photographer because
it's cheaper.
Yeah, like you're doing me like I don't.
Favor.
Yeah, you're doing me the favor. Actually, yeah. Like I don't want. I can imagine if you were to say yes to me, I can imagine it's probably gonna be a horrible experience for me.
Yeah,
like you're gonna be super needy. You're gonna want a re-edit, and I mean, I don't fly like that, bro. I was like, you've seen my work, you know what I could produce, and you hit me up for a reason. Unless it was price shopping, which is, I mean, it could be, but you hit me up for a reason because you know I could fucking kill it.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. That price shopping thing, because honestly, man, like for me, I probably get a photo shoot if I'm lucky once a month.
And that's not a bad ratio.
It's not a bad ratio,
but you're not going full time at it. I always tell you, dude, like you're playing defense instead of playing offense.
Exactly. But thing with me is I don't want to be that Instagrammer who has a session with a family and posts like fucking 3 to 4 pics a week of that same photo shoot.
Some photo shoot.
And then don't get me wrong, that there's nothing wrong with that, but I just it's not me. Mm-hmm. It's like a one.
Well, maybe that's the reason you're in the position you're in.
I know, but that's just maybe my ego or my integrity or whatever you want to call it. But I feel like those low balls are just messing up my game, and that's why I'm
messing up everyone's game.
I'm messing up everyone's game.
Yeah.
Unless you're a videographer like you who doesn't have any competition. If you're honest,
there's competition, dude. There's definitely competition, but not as much as photography. Like photography, man. That, like I say, back to freaking minute, I don't know, 10. Anyone with an iPhone is a photographer at this point. You put it on portrait mode, you go on a Visco app, and then you slap a freaking filter, and then boom. I'm a photographer. That's how fast you could be a photographer.
Yeah. I just feel that's put bad name on photographers who really take the time and patience to edit photos.
Mm-hmm.
But enough of that. Let's talk about gear and what the perception of gear is of photography.
Not just photography. I'll go with video though, since that's like my thing. Gear. So I started off. I said this earlier. I started off with the Nikon D3500, 3400. I don't know. My mom got it in Costco, and I remember seeing my brother Snapchat that photo. Was like, oh, new camera. I'm like, fam, bet. Like, and then I started using it every single day. I started playing with it. That's when I created our Oceanside video, like way back.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh man, I cannot wait to talk about drones in the future. Like,
I know, right?
So this is when I had my Phantom 3 Pro.
Drone King.
Oh man, that's another trend. But anyways, like, yeah. So dude, it was pretty dope, man. I still like that video. It has like thousands of views on freaking Facebook. It's
what you're talking about, the skinny one?
The one with no. Before that, with the Wiz Khalifa song, where you're driving my Jeep and I'm droning it at the north side of the Strand right here.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I did it with that Nikon camera, and then eventually I always knew I wanted to travel. I always knew I wanted to go Sony because Sony is compact, it's small, and it's a freaking beast.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful camera. I love the way the body looks. It's just a great camera. And so I got my A6300 at the time, which I still own. It's my B camera. It's still a freaking killer animal. So I've been using Sony since like what, 2015, 2016. Okay. I took it for my I forget what trip. Anyways, my Bali trip actually. Cornball thing, trendy thing. Everyone that their mom has gone to Bali at this point.
Which camera?
The Sony A6300. The reason I got it because I cared about video. I did not so much about photos. So I got it because it shoot 4K as picture profiles, which gives you the option to like really change the colors or to your liking.
Why don't you explain picture profiling?
Picture profiles
to all the saturated.
I mean, I shoot in a. I mean, I'm not going to get into technicalities because you're probably not going to understand. But like, I shoot in a flat profile, which is like either Cine 4 or log, depending on the situation, and depending on the shoot as well. And it gives me a lot of flexibility in post production. So I enjoy the coloring process, which I used to hate in the very beginning of my editing career, I guess if you want to call it. But now I fucking love it because I feel like that's what makes me stick out compared
color.
to everyone else. Like, yeah, the color is like my
color profile.
My coloring is like my signature look, if you want to say.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like if you're I feel like I have my own signature profile for photography.
Yeah. So
I feel in that.
So yeah, and now right now I'm using. I mean, we're shooting right now.
Why don't you tell the viewers what we're shooting with?
I have the A7 III. I upgraded this like a few months ago. It's my favorite camera. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade anytime soon unless the A7S III comes out, which will never probably come out. So right now we're shooting with the A7 III, A6300, which is my big camera, and the A6000, which is Peter Collins' camera.
The grandfather, still putting work.
It's still a great camera, man.
Man.
So that same chick.
What we're talking about gear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hold on, but that same chick that I gave a novel to on the DMs about photography.
Yeah.
She asked me like, "Hey, what do you recommend?" Because I'm gonna go to Tulum, and it's like, "What kind of camera do you recommend?" I love the way you shoot. I love the way you edit. Like, what do you recommend? And I educated her like, you could edit anything with any camera. The gear doesn't matter, but
yeah, definitely it doesn't matter.
If you want to travel, you want to light and compact, I actually recommended your camera, the A6000.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. Gear doesn't. You just need a basic mirrorless DSLR. I'm not very familiar with DSLR, but mirrorless camera. The most basic one you can get, I think, is the one I have. Maybe the 5100, but is that? Can you switch lenses with those or no?
I
don't remember.
I just know what I got. That's all I know. Like, I don't care about. I don't care. I just know what I got, and I try to master my camera.
Yeah,
and that's what I work with.
No, so like for me,
if you give me a Canon 5D Mark III, like I wouldn't know what to do with it because I just don't know how that camera works. Like I just know my camera, I know my system, and I try to master it and try to practice every single day with it.
Yeah, so I shoot with the A6000. Hold on. So I shoot with the A6000, and I started off with the A6000.
What's your primary glass?
When I started with my A6000, it was
to say, by the way, I meant lens.
Like, what the fuck? I shoot with the A6000, and when I first started, I started with a kit, but this was like 4 years ago, so the A6000 was fairly
new.
Yeah.
So when I got mine, it was brand new.
It wasn't fairly new, but it was like okay, like
it was like a year old.
Yeah, it was like a year old. Maybe 2. I don't know, but
no, you gotta understand. Camera models come out like every year. 2-3 years. Nah, not even a year, dude.
For real?
Every 2-3 years. Maybe the drones. Drones pop up every 6 months, but cameras, like they come out like every 2 years.
But anyways, I got the A6000, and my first like big lens was FE. Which means you can put a full frame or
no one gives a fuck. Just get to the
if they're listening to this podcast, they give a fuck. So.
That's true.
FE lens, which you can mount on a full frame or E mount, which is like a APC crop lens.
Dog,
anyways,
me.
it was like a really expensive lens. I think it was like 90.
You just sold that baby.
It was $950. Yeah, I just sold it, but it was $950, and I just got it because Fun for Louis, going back to Fun for Louis, that was his primary lens. He was a travel blogger or whatever, and he used it. So I was like, man, like this guy's using it, and he's doing all these videos. Like I definitely have to get that, and it's for my A6000. It fits it, so I want to get the same quality. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I did that, but and it did work, man. It did work. It wasn't a prime lens. It was just a super like zoom lens. Like it was a very versatile lens. And I got work out of it, and I just recently sold it for like $650. So I feel like I did. Okay.
I feel like you got your money's worth.
Yeah, I got my money's worth.
Definitely
for 4 years.
Yeah.
And but recently I'm shooting with still A6000 with a 1.4 Sigma lens, which I think is
that was a stunt.
It was incredible, and for the price, like dude, like it just shoots way better than. If you're a beginner, man, like that's the lens to go to. 1.4 Sigma, E mount, under $400.
16 mil.
Shoots like you can't even tell the difference from a fucking
full frame or
from
crop
a full
sensor
frame or anything, dude. Can you?
I never could, dude. Like even now, like in video, like I can never fucking tell. Like
the bokeh is stupid on that lens. Like
yeah,
it's just insane, man. Like if you really if you really
for those who are listening, the bokeh means it's like the
blurriness,
the background blur, like something's in focus in front and the background's super blurred out, like creamy looking. That's what bokeh is.
And the 1.4 means it can shoot pretty good.
The lower the number, light, the more bokeh.
And the more you can shoot in low light. But anyways, that is what I'm still rocking.
You feel? Do you see yourself upgrading anytime soon? I know you've been talking about flirting with full frame.
Yeah, I definitely can see myself upgrading, but just with the wedding, maybe I don't know. Maybe I could. Maybe I will. I just don't know yet.
Yeah.
But if I do, I am seeing the A7 3R.
3? Oh man, Jesus Christ! That's like 64 megapixels.
No, I think it's like 42. But
shit!
What gets me is the shutter speed.
Yeah, it's stupid fast.
It can shoot like you just.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know, but that's a beefy camera.
Yeah, it's definitely like $4,000 or something. But
like the body itself is like 3, I believe.
Yeah, it's close to 3.
And then I mean, I know this from experience, but full frame glass lenses, by the way.
Yeah.
Stupid expensive.
Plan B is to get like an A65 or something where I can keep this lens because this lens is like incredible.
Oh yeah, I mean you can still use that lens for full frame. I mean it'll be cropped, but it's not. I mean you're not gonna get the full frame experience, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
But right. I mean,
it is what it is. Gear is it's not the gear. It's I feel is 30% gear. What would you say? I feel like
I would say
because look here's the main thing. I've seen people shoot with A7 IIIs like your camera,
sure,
and their editing process, like god damn, like it's just what the fuck? Did you take that from a fucking Polaroid or what the fuck? Like
yeah,
it's just horrible. Like they're
and I've also seen people who shoot with let's say a cell phone and they make it look fire.
Yeah, it's all editing, which
not just that, but like it's. You need to have a great eye. You need to know composition. You need to know framing. You need to know your settings. You need to know lighting. Yeah. Like there's a lot of variables to like this game that I feel like, which is why you're pissed off, is that people on Instagram that just slap a filter or whatever, or they shoot a photo and they try to sell it or whatever. This is why it pisses you off, because they don't take the time to know how a camera works. They don't know like the triangle exposure, the ISO, the shutter speed, the aperture and stuff like that.
Wait, what's ISO? I'm just kidding.
You're not lying. You're still an auto shooter, dude.
No, it's just like the train passed by.
Yeah, fuck the train. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but yeah, in Oceanside, this freaking train passes by every like 30, 45 minutes. Yeah. But yeah, anything else, man? Should we wrap up? It's been over an hour already on our first episode. Yeah, I feel like we went in.
Talk shit, bro.
I'm not talking shit.
Fuck you.
Yo, man, bro. We just lost like 5 subscribers now.
I'm just gonna edit this out. Right,
but
what else should we end on pop culture?
Oh, let's say all right. What's current events right now? Let's end it with that. Well, we can make it a weekly thing. Like, what's going on? What's going on in the world? So 6ix9ine, your man, he's 6ix9ine. Out. He's free, and he's out there trolling. And I'll tell you what, it is fucking hilarious seeing this little fucking kid pressing everyone.
So what's up with snitching, man? Is that the new thing or what?
I mean, I feel like people have been snitching for a long time. He's not the first snitch ever.
He isn't.
There has been so many snitches out there, but people forget.
Yeah,
he's just the loudest one who has snitched, and he's embracing it. He's embracing it. That's what's happening.
Yeah, he's embracing it, man, and it's just like...
And people hate that.
Yeah, they definitely hate that.
Snitching is not cool, I'll tell you that. But, hey, man, it's fucking working for him.
He just came out of the gates, man, like running, sprinting.
His video, like, did, like, YouTube world record. It's crazy.
It just goes to show you, man, that if you have a passion and you just, like, stick with...
Passion?
That's his passion, man. Like,
what's being the passion?
Troll. Being a troll.
I could agree with you on that.
He's a troll,
yeah,
and he's keeping true to himself, man. Like,
I thought he was going to get out of jail and legit disappear.
Yeah,
change his hair, shave his head or something, and then not be 6ix9ine anymore, and go live in like Montana or some shit like that, where no one gives a fuck. Where, like, This fool came back to Brooklyn, and he's like, "Yo, I'm back. I'm loud. What's good?"
Yep.
Which is like, it's crazy, dude. Like, it is crazy. And this guy is, it's crazy. Like, I think he said no. What do you call it when? Dude, I cannot think right now.
You wasted, bro. Anyways, no, yeah, he came out and he's still doing his thing. But like it's crazy how people hate on him though. Like how they're saying that snitching is bad or whatever. But if you listen to what he said, he had all the right to freaking snitch, man. Like they smashed his baby mama. While he was touring and they threatened to kill him. Like
and his mom.
Why would you back up somebody who did all that to you? It's just crazy, man. Like
this
is
why I am not involved in the street game.
I know, right?
Gang culture, like
it's just crazy, man. Anyways,
I don't know the ethics with that. Like I don't give a shit, honestly, and I'm never gonna be in it, so I really don't give a fuck. But I'm just looking from the outside in.
Same.
Shit is funny as fuck.
It is.
To me.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, like it's entertaining. Like,
but
people might fucking kill me for it, but I'm kind of glad he's back because, bro, it's been boring as fuck with this pandemic. There's no sports. It's like the highlight is 6ix9ine and the Michael Jordan documentary, which has been fire as well. You gotta watch the Michael Jordan documentary.
I haven't watched that.
So goddamn inspiring, man. Like I look forward to Sunday nights. Like it's fucking crazy.
But I'll definitely have to check that Michael Jordan documentary.
It's amazing. It's definitely motivating. Like seeing someone like that so dedicated and passionate about his craft. It's because I try to see myself in that. Like I want to be that passionate and that motivated in my own craft. Like.
Yeah,
you laugh, bro, but
I'm not laughing. I'm saying like that's true. Like fuck, that's true.
Yeah,
but
you want to wrap this up, man? It's been
bro.
It's been $1:15 at this point on our first episode.
Editing this is gonna be so hard. No, but thank you for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This is just the first episode, man. This is just the intro.
We'll be a little bit more structured on the next episode.
We definitely will. But this episode.
Plugs. You want to plug yourself? Like, where can people find you?
Where can people find me? Instagram. It's the only thing I got going on. Peter Coilins, PeterCoilins.
And the reason it's Coilins because Peter Collins
was taken by some dude with 1 in 1. So
with 1 in 1,
1 follower, 1.
So it's probably a ghost account.
Yeah, somebody probably.
Mine is at an Instagram at @A_MENDOZA_Mendoza. That's Mendoza. _Mendoza_. YouTube, Alberto Mendoza. I've been dead for the last since January, I believe. Or no, before that. 3-4 months since I posted. I think my last film was a wedding film that I created. But I have one in the works. Hopefully it will drop next week. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted for sure.
Definitely check us out.
When are we drop this?
We'll drop this
every what, Thursday?
Every Thursday or
no? Say it right now.
Thursday.
Every Thursday. So expect the episode every Thursday from us.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. This is In the Frame podcast with Peter Collins, me, your host, co-host Alberto Mendoza, and
See you
we'll
guys.
catch you next week.
Peace.